it's Ro. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna be doing something I've never done before. So over the holiday break, someone may have fallen down a rabbit hole of watching tiny food videos, and they're so cute and they're adorable, and I am obsessed. And I can't believe after all these years of baking that I've never made tiny food, because I'm a tiny baker. I'm petite, I'm fun size. I'm 4'10", and I cannot believe that I've never done tiny baking. I just feel like it would be a perfect fit. So what I did is I went online and I found this tiny baking kit. So this is what we're gonna do today. And the kit says ages 8+. So we qualify. I picked this kit online because it has a recipe book inside and we can make a bunch of different things. So this video is actually a two-part video, and it's an unboxing and we're gonna be trying to tiny bake. If you guys like watching these fun baking videos, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, it's free, and ring the bell to receive notifications every time I post a new video. All right, now without further ado, let's tiny bake for the first time. Let's get started. First step, we've got to open our tiny baking kit. It says world's smallest baking set right here. And look how cute this little cookbook is. All right. Oh, geez. Oh my gosh. Look at all these little cute tools. Mike, can you see these? Check them out. Look at the little knife. Oh. It's so cute. The little pizza cutter. We even have a pie scoop right here. Look how small these are. These aren't even real measurements. They made up their own measurements, and these are called wee spoons. Not a teaspoon, but these are wee spoons. They're so little. Oh, okay. I like this rolling pin. It's pretty light. We'll see how that does. There's more. There's a little bowl, has a little pour spigot and everything. This reminds me of the first bowl I ever used on my channel. It was a big red bowl, so this is like a little version of that, a little mini one. We've looked it up, and the wee spoon is a 1/4 teaspoon. So then the smaller measurements, it just gets even smaller. I mean, it's like a 1/16 of a, you know, these are teeny. I mean, it's basically a big pinch or a little pinch. I mean, that's what we're working with here. What are these? These are oven mitts, but they're for your fingers to like move the little pan around. There's this little pan, and then we've got this little tray. Look at the little cookie sheet. Oh my gosh, this is how I gotta put the cookies. Look at this. This is, ooh, going in the oven. Ooh, this is adorable. Okay, let me find the recipe book. Oh, it's in the lid. So here's the little cookbook. I'm gonna look through it, and I don't wanna do just one recipe. I wanna do a bunch of recipes today. I really wanna get into this and try tiny baking. Oh my gosh, they have everything. They have frosting, they have corn muffins, cookies, peanut butter cookies. They have cinnamon rolls. Okay, cinnamon rolls are one of my favorite pastries, so we have to make these. I'm gonna try to make these first. This is gonna be our first attempt. I'm gonna follow these directions, and it's gonna be great. Step 1, preheat your oven to 350, check. Step 2, you're gonna grease your teeny baking pan, but then it might fall through the cracks in your oven, so it actually says to put it on top of a regular baking pan so that it doesn't fall through. Okay, I'm gonna do so with a little bit of butter. Right here, I got a little butter right here. I'm gonna take a little scoop. I'm gonna put it on here. Nice. And I'm just gonna push the butter around. This is where I'm hoping my small little fingers come in handy. The pan is greased, and now we're gonna place this little pan over here on a big pan. In the mixing bowl, you're gonna combine sugar and cinnamon and set aside. All right, so we're gonna need 4 wee spoons of sugar and 2 wee spoons of cinnamon. Oh, this is too fun. Okay, so I'm gonna scoop it over here. Now for the cinnamon. Oh, the cinnamon's a little stickier. This is a little harder. Something my grandma used to do. She'd take a big scoop for measuring, take the back side of a knife, chop it up, chop, 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 and then slide off the top. Boop. Probably a lot of people do it, but my grandma did it. Now with this tiny spoon, we're gonna mix together the sugar and cinnamon and then set off to the side. Oh my gosh, this is so satisfying. All right, I'm gonna wipe off my board and go to the next step. We're gonna put a little flour on our work surface and roll out our dough. To make things a little bit easier, I'm using pre-made dough. You can use biscuit dough. I had some pie dough at home, so I'm gonna be using pie dough, and I cut out a little piece here, but I've gotta roll it even bigger. So we've gotta get the little rolling pin. Oh my gosh, this is really hard. You just put your fingers up here. That's looking good. Perfect. Okay. Whew. All right, next step. Even the instructions are tiny. I'm having to squint at this. I'm like, what does it say? Use the wee knife to spread 1 wee spoon of butter over the dough. Okay, I'm gonna get about a wee spoon of butter. Boop. And then I'm gonna use the wee knife to spread this. You want to leave a little bit of space around the edges. Oh my gosh, they want me to use a whole wee spoon of butter? That's a lot of butter. In my opinion, a wee spoon of butter is too much, maybe half a wee spoon. Now we're gonna sprinkle the cinnamon and sugar over the butter. There's no measurement. I got techniques. Okay, next step is we're gonna roll this cinnamon dough up. Oh my gosh, I've never rolled something so small. Okay, so just gotta get it going. I just gotta get it there. When I'm making regular size cinnamon rolls, I roll really tightly so I get a beautiful spiral. But when they're so tiny, it's already kind of tricky when you're making regular cinnamon rolls. And now we're here, look at me, I'm gonna make this happen. Okay. It's gonna be so pretty. It says give it a little pinch, but whatever. Now it doesn't say in their instructions to chill it, but I'm going to chill it. I'm gonna pop this in the fridge for just like 10 minutes to chill so that the dough will really hold its shape when we're cutting them out. Okay, so while the dough is chilling in the fridge, I'm gonna make the cinnamon roll icing. So we're gonna need 10 wee spoons of powdered sugar. Here we go. Boom! Okay, we've got 10 wee spoons of powdered sugar, then we're gonna need 5 wee spoons of softened butter. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then here's 4. Usually with baking, I'm very precise. This has not been so much. 1.5 wee spoons of cream. Oh my gosh. 1, and then where's the half? Oh, here's the half. Okay, and then 1/2 wee spoon of vanilla extract. Oh, this is the good stuff. You can see the fresh vanilla beans. Whoop. Nice. And 1/2 wee spoon of cinnamon. Here's a little spoon we're gonna mix together. I scoop the icing into a piping bag. We'll put this on top of the cinnamon rolls after they've baked, so I'm gonna set this off to the side. And I've got our cinnamon roll log out of the fridge. We're gonna cut them into rolls. So to try to attempt to make this even, the instructions said to pinch off the sides, so I'm gonna cut off the ends using this teeny little knife. I'm gonna cut in half. The recipe says it makes 6, so we're gonna make 2 more cuts on each side. 1, and I'm cleaning off the little knife in between each cut. Look at that! And now I'm gonna place them onto the baking sheet. How long do you even bake these? Like a minute? They're so small. Do these cook in like 1 second? Let's see, 10 minutes or until pastry dough is golden. My oven's really hot. I don't know if these are gonna last 10 minutes, but let's try. Just picking this up with this is a challenge. Now let's put these in the oven. Let's bake them, see what happens. Okay, in we go. Here we go. Now I've popped the cinnamon rolls out of the oven, gave them a few minutes to cool because they're so little, they really didn't take very long to cool down. And I didn't end up baking it the full 10 minutes, it was a little less. And I've iced a couple of my little cinnamon rolls up at the top using the smallest piping bag I have ever used to date. My best advice is just to cut the teeniest hole that you can. This gets a little bit messy. I do get a little bit of icing on the board, but this is the best way that I've found to do it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get the little pie scooper. I'm gonna pick it up. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, well that one's for me to eat. A part of this is taste test. Well, the recipe tastes good. just a little nibble. Like those little cute candies that are like fun-sized candies. These are like fun-sized little treats. Okay, let's try this again. My other ones, I just picked up with my little hand. Boop. And put it over here to dry. And ta-da, there you have it. Here's the first tiny recipe that we tried. We made those little mini cinnamon rolls. They're adorable and I've already eaten a couple. They're also delicious. I approve of this recipe. Just look how cute. If I spent all day making these, I could make cinnamon roll cereal. I'm so excited that this one worked, so I've gotta try it for a cake. They've got everything in here though. The next recipe that I'm going to attempt is a tiny vanilla cake. To make our vanilla cake, it has all of the ingredients over here and they're called itty bitty ingredients. For this recipe, preheat the oven to 350, check that is already heated and ready to go. Grease the cupcake mold, because apparently this little mold is for cupcakes, but we're gonna be making a 2-tiered cake. So we've got to grease it with a little bit of, let's get some butter, and I'll put in here. Grease the pan, and now let's make our cake batter. Got a little bowl, just like when I'm making a cake. We're going to mix together our sugar and butter until it's fluffy. 6 wee spoons and butter, 3 wee spoons. All right, here we go. Got our sugar, 6 wee spoons. This is so cute. This makes me want to buy a hamster, and then I can make the hamster little meals, which I used to have a hamster growing up, and his name was Hammy. 1 scoop of butter, 2 scoops of butter, 3 scoops of butter, 3 wee spoons. Oh, now we're gonna mix together till light and fluffy. This is where I wish I had a mini electric stand mixer, because when I'm doing this, I usually use a stand mixer. Because otherwise, how do you get in there? I'm gonna try. Here we go. This is just gonna take a minute. Okay, we're getting light and fluffy. It's happening, it's happening. You wanna mix till it's nice and fluffy like a cloud, and this looks like a cloud. What's next? Beat in egg, then stir in flavoring. 3 wee spoons. Okay. For the egg in these recipes, you beat together the egg. So you're getting the whole mixture. Here we go. We need 1, 2, 3. Oh, and flavoring. So that's the vanilla. Yeah, oh, a 4th. So this is the teeniest wee spoon, the 4th wee spoon of flavorings. We're gonna go over here to our vanilla extract. There's some really nice stuff over here. Oh, come on, quick. Boop. Now mix together. Our butter mixture is looking good. Now we're gonna mix together some of our dry ingredients. In another little bowl, we're gonna mix 8 wee spoons of flour with a 1/4 a wee spoon of baking powder. 1/4 a wee spoon of baking powder. Now I'm gonna be really careful here. I don't wanna overdo it. There we go. Oh, nice. With a little mini spoon, mix it up. Boop, boop, boop. Now we're gonna combine our dry ingredients with our butter mixture. Pour them together. I'm gonna do half at a time so it will stay in my little bowl. Oh, this is tricky. All right, then I'll add the rest. Lastly, we're gonna add 3 wee spoons of milk. 1, 2, 3. Mix this together. It says until it's smooth. Oh wow, this is very creamy. Look, those fresh vanilla beans in there. This is looking great. Now it's time to pour the batter into the cake pans. I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna put a scoop in here. I'm using an eyeballing technique, same as when I make regular cakes. I'm just gonna get a little messy. I'm gonna scoop it all in there, and then we'll come back to it. Our cake batter is now in the pan, and again in the instructions they say to place it on top of a regular sized baking sheet. Okay, I'm gonna adjust it a little bit and put it right in there. Okay, we're gonna let it bake. Boop, 10 minutes on the clock. Oh, hot. Okay. Boom. I took the little cakes out of the oven, and while they were still warm, I leveled them using the little knife, just to make it a little bit easier to stack them. So what I like about the silicone trays is you can gently pull the sides to loosen the cake, and then gently pop these out. Nice. Look at that. Now I'm just gonna pop the rest of these out. Once this teeny cake has cooled, it is time to ice and assemble. Put a little bit of buttercream in a very small piping bag, and I'm just gonna ice the top of one of these larger rounds. It doesn't say to do this in the instructions, but I'm gonna pop this in the freezer to chill it because it's so little. And then I'll put some icing on them. I pop the cake out of the freezer, place it on top of the actual pan that you were supposed to bake cakes in. And then I took a damp cloth and placed it on top of a turntable. This whole contraption is to make icing a little bit easier. We're gonna see how it's gonna go. The tip that I'm using on the piping bag is a flat tip. It creates a flat edge, and I'm gonna use that to go around a couple times. Thought that might help make this a little easier. Here goes nothing. I'm gonna go nice and slow. So far it's working, nothing is sliding. Oh my gosh. I really thought I had a steady hand until you decorate mini cakes. Then your hand needs to be really steady. Starting at the bottom, work my way to the top, and then I'll smooth it over with our teeny knife. Now I'm using the wee knife to try to smooth it out as best I can. I'm being very gentle. Such a small cake. The cake is nice and smooth, and now it's time for my favorite part. It is time to decorate. I've got some icing with a very small, probably the smallest star tip I've ever seen in my whole life, and I am gonna be doing little designs on top of the cake. Then I'm gonna be decorating with tweezers. When I've got to be very exact, I've used them when we've done cookbook photos, if I wanna move one little piece, like one little shred of coconut or something. And today I'm gonna be using them on the tiny cake. Oh, okay, there we go. Just gonna be decorating with these little sprinkles, these little nonpareils. Oh, this cake is so fancy. It just reminds me of like Tiffany's. You know, we've got the white, we've got the teal. This is a very fancy little cake. The tiny cake is all done. It is decorated, and I wanted to show you all how small this cake actually is. So it's on a cupcake stand. I own one cupcake stand. It's this beautiful teal color, and the little sprinkles even match. But look how small it is. It's not even as big as a cupcake. I mean, this thing is so small. But it's beautiful, it's so cute. Also, I might have gotten carried away and made a few more cakes. You know me, I like making cakes. This cake, we didn't do a second tier. Just put little sprinkles all around the top, which was so cute. And then this one, we just did a 2-tiered all white with just some very classic trim piping around the bottom and the edges and the top. I'm gonna try to cut a slice of cake because part of trying the teeny baking is also tasting it. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. There we go. Oh. Okay, then I gotta get my little scooper here. Oh, get in there. Okay, I'm just gonna eat it right here. Okay. I've just won top baker against myself. It's a great day. I can also taste that this is a vanilla cake, so I'm liking that. I see those fresh vanilla beans. This is delicious. I think I need to taste some more just to be sure. Whoa, that's good, but the frosting to cake ratio is really intense. It's a lot of frosting. Woo, but that's good. We've got 2 wins. We've made tiny cinnamon rolls, tiny cake. Now, let's make some tiny cookies. And now we're gonna make some cookies, and not just any cookies, my favorite, chocolate chip cookies. Just like before with the cinnamon rolls, I've greased the little mini cookie sheet. Also right now, we are preheating the oven to 375. We're cranking up the heat. We're going up a notch. In a small bowl, we're gonna combine flour, baking powder, and baking soda. Okay, so for flour, we need 8 wee spoons. Let me show you my grandma techniques. Ready for this? Chop, 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 chop. Boop. 1. Chop, 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 chop. 2. 3. 4. It's just it's a little. 5. 6. 7. 8. Okay, we need baking powder. Oh, an eighth a wee spoon. Oh my gosh, that's half of the smallest measurement. So we just really gotta guess here. Just a teeny bit. Baking powder and then our baking soda. 2 pinches. So all the measurements have been with the wee spoons and now we're going old school. It says 2 pinches. I mean, this seems like a lot. You know what? I think that was a big pinch, so I'm just gonna put that down because I feel like I needed a pinky pinch and I did a good pinch. So I think that that's good. Oh my God, I just created a stand mixer. Okay, well, we've had a little bit of accident. We got our dry ingredients mixed together. A little bit came out of the bowl and we're just gonna set this off to the side. And in another bowl, we're gonna cream together our butter and sugar. 3 wee spoons of butter and 3 wee spoons of sugar. 1, 2, 3. 3 wee spoons of butter, which is a little messier. And the butter, like always, is really soft. It's room temperature, not melted and not cold from the fridge. All right. Again, because I don't have a stand mixer, this spoon is going to be my stand mixer, and I'm just going to keep mixing together until it's nice and fluffy. Should look like a cloud. Do a little twist. Look how fluffy, that looks great. So now it's time to add 3 wee eggs. Here's 1. Ooh, 2. Oh, it just looks so weird. 3. Now it says mix together till it's all one, nice and combined. And then we'll add our flour dry ingredients. Oh, and our vanilla? Oh, I've also forgot the vanilla. Add a 1/4 wee spoon of vanilla. A little vanilla extract. Oh yeah, lots of beans. Look at all those vanilla beans. Oh, that smells so good. Now we're baking with beans. We've got our butter mixture and our dry ingredients. The instructions say to add your dry mixture to the butter, a little bit at a time, stirring in between, just like I do when I'm baking regular recipes. So I'm gonna do that. Our cookie dough is looking perfect. Now, gotta add those chocolate chips. Add 3 wee spoons of chopped chocolate. They're very small. Ooh. 1. Oh my gosh, really 3? I feel like 1's enough. 2. I feel like these are now just cocoa cookies. Well, that's a lot. All right, chocolate lovers. Whoa, is this a chocolate chip cookie? The instructions say to divide this dough into 6 cookies, but I'm looking at it and that looks pretty big, so I might make them even smaller, even teenier, so I get more cookies. So I'm gonna take these little spoons, I'm gonna plop it onto the baking sheet. I'm just doing a heaping scoop of the big one. Now all you gotta do is pop them in the oven for about 7 to 9 minutes. It says until golden. Let's give it a go. Oh, hot, hot. We got our second batch of cookies. This one's really hot. This is fresh out of the oven. Boop. Yeah. Okay, I gotta blow on it. Don't these look like those page turners? Okay, I think it's cool enough. Let's taste one. Oh, yum. Oh my gosh, they're so good. And they're just perfect. They cook perfectly. This recipe was another win. The last thing that we're gonna attempt to make is a tiny pizza. I have cranked up the oven to 400 degrees, which is the hottest of the day. So is it getting hot in here? Is it just my oven? We've got our pizza tray right here. And the first thing that we're going to do is prepare it. Grease the pie pan with a little bit of oil and then sprinkle little cornmeal over the oil. Oh, this is a fancy pizza. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so here I've got a little bit of olive oil and I'm gonna use the measure spoons because I don't trust myself pouring this. Maybe I'll do 2 4th a wee spoons. And then I'm gonna take a little paper towel just to push it around the edges, work it around. And don't forget the sides. You wanna get the sides so that the crust doesn't stick. All right, that's looking good. Then a little bit of cornmeal. If you've never used cornmeal on a pizza, making pizzas at home, you are missing out. This is amazing. You just sprinkle it at the bottom of the pan, adds a little bit of texture to your dough. When you bite in the pizza, you got a little bit of crunchy, a little bit of crumble underneath, and it's so good. I don't wanna overdo it here. You know, I gotta just do a little Oh, okay, just a little bit. Perfect. Before we roll out the dough, I'm gonna get our little pepperonis ready. Now, I personally don't eat a lot of red meat, so I'm gonna be using turkey pepperonis, but you can use whatever you'd like. So I'm just gonna take one, and I'm gonna use a piping tip. This is a number 10, and I'll be using the small end, pressing down, and create mini pepperonis. All right, now I'm just gonna keep doing this into the turkey pepperoni and make a bunch of small ones. Look how cute they are. We're gonna make the teeniest pepperonis you've ever seen. So our toppings are all ready, and now we're gonna roll out the pizza dough. I sprinkled a little bit of flour on top of the work surface, and I used a cookie cutter to just cut out a little bit of pre-made pizza dough. Now I'm gonna use a rolling pin to roll it a little flatter. Oh, might need to use a little bit of flour too. It's a little sticky. Put a little on top. This is so funny, look at this. Just roll it out a little thinner, just as thin as you can get it. Work the dough a little bit. Oh, that's looking good. Now we're gonna pick up our dough, place it into the pan, and I'm gonna press down. I'm gonna make sure there's no air bubbles, and I'm gonna press in the corners, and all the dough on the side can be the delicious chunky pizza crust. Now that the pizza dough is ready, we're gonna add all of our toppings. The recipe says 2 teaspoons of pizza sauce. 1, 2. And then I'm gonna use this and just gently spread it around like I would a regular pizza. Okay, 2 pinches of mozzarella, and this is thinly shredded mozzarella. Pinch here. Little pinch here. I'm gonna place on my pepperonis using these baking tweezers. I'm gonna just see how many can fit on here because it's so small. Oh my gosh, Mike, look how cute. I love this. Okay, I've put a lot of pepperoni on here. And then last but not least, sprinkle dry basil or oregano. So we've got a little oregano. I mean, how much is too much? This is too much. This is, oh! Bake for 10 minutes until crust is golden and cheese is bubbly. I love a bubbly cheese as well. All right, and we place, boop, onto our baking pan. Let me get my oven mitts. In you go, tiny pizza. Set that timer and dinner's gonna be ready soon. Ooh, don't drop it. Okay, all right, this is still really hot. Just took it out of the oven. Now I'm going to attempt to cut a pizza slice. Okay, so I'm gonna try to pop it out of the tray. Oh, it worked, it worked, it worked. Oh, this is great. Okay, I'm gonna move this little pie over here. We got this cute little pizza cutter. Let's try to cut a slice. Here we go. Putting some muscle in. Oh, I'm gonna try a little bite. It's good, it's just so little. Okay, I'm gonna have to try a little bit bigger bite. I kind of might like these more. Oh, it's hot. It's a little, but it's hot. That's really hot. But I've gotta say, these are also a win. Delicious, adorable, and I'm gonna be more generous with the toppings next time. I was being a little bit careful, but we could do some more sauce, some more cheese. This might be one of my favorite things. All right, that does it for the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching me try to bake tiny things for the very first time. I have to say, out of the kit that we got, all the recipes were wins. They worked, they were yummy, they were delicious, and they were adorable. Let me know, out of all the tiny foods that we made today, which one was your favorite? I've already thought about this and I don't know if I can choose between cinnamon rolls, chocolate chip cookies, and a cake, and a mini pizza. Those are like all my favorite foods. If you guys enjoyed watching me make tiny food today, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, it's free, and ring the bell to receive notifications every time I post a new video. I'm gonna be taking and posting a bunch of cute pictures of the tiny foods that we made today all over social medias, and if you guys have any other tiny foods that you'd like to see me make, please let me know. Tell me about it. Are there more kits? And I can't believe I haven't done tiny baking until now. I mean, that's how you know it's gonna be a good year. Hello, 2022. Finally, we've arrived. All right, that's it. Hope you're having a good year. And if you'd like to watch any other videos, you can click up here or up here. And let me know in the comments down below if there's any other types of videos that you'd like to see me make. All right, bye-bye.